Hey, Chris. We probably won't have but like 5 people even show up. So, I didn't really tell anybody we were going live either. So, just see how it goes. We're only 1 subscriber away from 200. Is that good stuff, bud? Yeah. Okay. We're just going to hang out with Ted and let him do his thing. Yeah, it is. It is slow going. We don't get nearly as many comments or people as we do on the other one. We're 1 follower or 1 subscriber away from 200 though. It's definitely slow going. Ted will be done with his snack before anybody gets on here. Hello, hello. I don't know if it makes a difference if you hit the hand, the thumbs up or something. I don't know if that does or not. Really? Hi, Kaylin. How are you? Oh, are you getting it there, buddy? We're just hanging out with Ted. Come here. Over here. You got a whole bunch over there. He is so fun to hang out with. He's going to eat a snack, and then as soon as he's done eating his snack, he's going to go for a walk. He literally walks and walks and walks. He walks a lot of, I say miles. I do. We have a box turtle named Boxy. We have a blue-tongued skink named Cash. We have a bearded dragon named Sparky. We have 3 gray tree frogs, and we have 4 green anoles. Of course, we have cats and dogs as well. But Ted here is our main pet that we hang out with. We do live sometimes with Boxy as well. With winter coming, it's going to definitely be more of the other animals too. So we've got all kinds of critters. He hasn't eaten all of it yet, almost. He still has a few bites. He loves his little romaine. It is super, super hot here again today. And so that nice cold romaine kind of cools him down. And then I do have the hose to spray him as well. So he loves to have a little spray on his back to help cool him down as well. I honestly don't know a cost for all the pets because each one of them has their own needs. But for Ted here, basically in the summertime, he eats grass and weeds, so he doesn't really have, he doesn't really cost as much during the summertime because he gets the natural daylight, the sun, he gets the grass and weeds, and then we just give him a handful of snack. So like this right here, romaine. 1 package of that lasts him for it can last him a few days. I'd say the biggest expense for him is his tortoise pellets that he has, which his plate's actually empty. I didn't know that he actually made a huge mess with them, but I didn't know he ate most of them. But we buy him the Missouri tortoise pellets, and that is what he eats primarily during the winter, and it's a good thing, like good item for him to have during the summer as well, because it has calcium, vitamins, minerals. It has all the good stuff in it that he also needs. So summertime, this guy doesn't cost nearly as much. Hi, Dale. Ted here. We don't know how old he is. We adopted him last year, and we are only guessing maybe somewhere between 8 and 12 years old. He does weigh about 43 pounds. So unfortunately, we will never know an exact age. He has been growing pretty good this summer. He came to us with some mild pyramiding, but that has really started to go down very nicely. He loves his little snack. This is the only time he sits still. For the majority of our lives, he's going to be just walking around. And that is normal for him. He patrols his enclosure. He likes to make sure there's no other tortoises or anything coming around that shouldn't be in his territory. And he just likes to walk. He walks a lot of steps a day. Hello, how are you? Tree leaf. It was a leaf. It scared me. I'm always getting attacked by leaves and bugs. So he ate most of that snack. He's now going to just start walking around. Thankfully, we do have a little bit of a breeze today. That might help us out. It might help us stay out here longer. He may come back and check it one more time. He does have a few scraps still. Ugly? What's ugly? Say not my baby. He's eating some more snack right now. Aren't you, bud? And then you love some loving. Yes. Good boy. He does have a lot of toys to play with. I have to turn around with him every time I go. He goes behind me. There you go. Teach him to skateboard. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? We thought about that at one time. He's probably perfectly just wide enough to ride a skateboard right now. He takes walks around town, so he loves to go on walks. And a skateboard would be really cool for him. We may have to try that out maybe next spring. Winter's coming. It's a little too close, I think, for him to try a new trick out right now. He's about to stay in the house all the time. But that would be very fun, watching him skateboard around. Where you going? You went sprayed off again? Nope, you're going to eat the rest of your treat, huh? Thank you, Tetra. He is a sweet turtle. Ted here's an African sulcata tortoise. He's a very sweet boy. He's still a little guy compared to what he's going to be. He's only about 43 pounds, and he's going to be closer to 150 to 200 pounds when he's fully grown. Ted loves you too, Chris. He's a good boy. He says, I'm going to just keep on trucking now. He had that little bit of snack. Hi, T. He is beautiful, isn't he? He is moving fast today. He's cooled down a little bit now. He was getting pretty warm earlier. Are you going to get in the water? You were looking at it. The speed of light. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, he's pretty speedy. He does have a lot of toys that he can play with. We try to keep his little brain always moving, always engaged in some kind of thinking. That's why you'll see different items in his enclosure. He's got simple items like just a yellow flower pot. He's got stepping stones. He's got a piece of wood. He's got all kinds of different balls to kick around. Yeah, on his journey. He is on his way. He loves to walk around. He likes to walk under the grass there. He thinks that, I guess that tickles his shell. He can feel it. You have a bruise. Oh no. What are you doing? There you go. Kicking your ball. Uh-oh. Hey, what are you doing? Don't roll over. He's got to walk over every one of them. Getting more people watching. Yay! I've got to turn around here. There he is. There's our sweet Ted. Oh, he kicked that ball. He enjoys walking. This is pretty much everything that he's going to do from here on out during our live. He may stop and play with a ball or two. Yeah, we had quite a few. I don't remember how many we had a couple days ago, but we can get quite a few people in watching. And Ted here, he is just walking around. We love to educate anyone who wants to know anything about these tortoises, or just talk about any turtle or tortoise. I don't know a lot of information on any other breed really, or species. Ted here, the African sulcata is mostly the breed that I know about, just because having Ted here. But we love talking about turtles, tortoises, any kind of animal actually. And Ted just kind of walks around and enjoys life. He's pretty happy. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribing, please. And I don't know how you do it exactly, but like our live as well. I think there's a little thumbs up there. Please do that. We are just now starting our live journey on YouTube. We do lives on another platform that we have. But this is new to us, so we're still learning. Oh, we found some more scraps. There you go. Good job. Get your ball. So we do keep, like the ball, we do keep a piece of wood. There are just miscellaneous things laying around his enclosure. We've learned that if you keep Ted enriched with tons of different items, his little brain doesn't get as bored, and he actually seems happier. He doesn't try to do any digging. He doesn't try to get out of his enclosure. He loves to just hang out. But mostly he walks around looking for another turtle to be in his enclosure, because these guys are really territorial. He loves being right here in his own happy, safe place. Aw, you're older now and still play Pokemon and love animals. That's cool. Pokemon kind of came out when I was already grown, so I'm not a Pokemon person. But I do love animals. Baby. He loves getting his attention. He's super sweet. Super, super sweet. He they call these guys very docile and curious, and that is a very good way to explain them. We don't actually know how old he is. We adopted him last year, and they had no information on him. He either escaped from his previous owner, or he was actually dumped off in the middle of nowhere, because they found him in a horse pasture. They looked for an owner, they looked for his home, and nobody claimed him. So we were able to adopt him, and we just don't have any information on him before he came to us. Unfortunately, I wish I knew how old he was, but we do guess somewhere between possibly 8 and 12 years old. He does walk around his enclosure a lot. We keep teasing that we need to get a step counter and see if we can get one on him so that we can count how many steps he goes, because he does walk a lot. He was walking the entire time before I came out here, and the only time he really stops is when we're giving him his snack. He had some romaine lettuce heart this afternoon. We gave him that one because that one actually helps hydrate him a little bit more. He gets a lot of his hydration from what he eats. And it is pretty hot out here. I know your plate's empty. I didn't know you were out of your pellets. I didn't know. He is growing. Any of the white lines that you see around his scoots, that's all new growth. He has shed most of the new lines, or the white lines, off now. So he's got just a little bit to go. He's definitely building muscle, absolutely. His enclosure here is mostly flat, so we actually dug down and dug out an area here for him so he can climb up and down, and he does use this quite often. So his muscles are pretty big. We let him go up and down and use the hills, and he has fun. We also take him around town when it's not too hot outside and let him walk the streets and the sidewalks. He has a really nice time doing that. He has gotten to where he will get close to home again and be like, nope, I'm not ready to go home. So he kind of does a little U-turn, tries to turn around, and he stays out as long as possible before he has to go home. He really does enjoy, there he goes down, walking down and back up over here. He enjoys his walks. Do you need some more water? Yep, you want sprayed again. He just told me he wanted sprayed again. These guys are super smart. They may not be able to speak, but body language tells you a lot. Him coming over to his little hose here, that is his way of saying he wanted to be sprayed. He does a lot of other little things that are maybe you would miss if you didn't pay attention, but it's his way of speaking. So we do have to read his body language just a little bit. These guys are super intelligent. He loves to be in the house. He loves to watch his TV. Tablet. He has his own tablet. He likes to watch TV. I just posted a picture of him. No, it was a small video. A really short 5-second video of what he looked like when he came inside last night. He was still hot from the heat, so he laid down on the kitchen floor and was watching TV. He does have videos of him watching his tablet. We also have videos of him getting tucked in at night. He sleeps in a blanket in the hallway. Although last night he chose to sleep in our box turtle's spot, because we have been bringing our box turtle in as well. So last night he decided to sleep where Boxy usually sleeps, but that's okay. We made it work. But Ted here, he's spoiled rotten. He loves just being with his family. He's got a smile on his face right now. He's just happy. He enjoys when I come out here and hang out with him. And this enclosure he's in right now is just his safe place. This is where he can hang out even when I'm not around. Everything in here is all Ted approved. No pets can come in, no kids can come in. Everything is just for Ted. And then whenever he wants to roam around in the full yard, we do let him do that as well. But I will be with him the whole time, just because that's where our kids and our pets do roam around. So we have to make sure that they didn't leave anything outside, make sure Ted doesn't get curious and tries to eat something he shouldn't. So whenever he is out in the main yard, we do watch him, make sure he's doing okay. But he does love just walking around. That's his favorite thing to do. In the wild, these guys can walk up to 5 miles a day. So they are made for their walking. They also make extremely large burrows in the wild. They also make burrows in captivity as well. Ted here just has not started digging. That is why his legs have those massively long scales on the front. If he does start to dig, he'll end up wearing those down to where they're almost flat looking and they don't have the sharp looking points to them. But these guys can dig at least 10 feet down into the ground, and then they can make tunnels off of that area, so they can go another 20 feet or so, off in different directions. He loves to watch cartoons on his tablet, mostly. Bright and cheery cartoons. Excuse you there, Ted. So, we've watched a lot of Disney movies and just different movies, but I did post a video, I believe there's one on our page here, of him watching a scary cartoon. I did not know it was a scary cartoon. I didn't know it was going to scare him, but there is a video of him and he's moving his head into his shell as the cartoon keeps going on. And I don't even know what the name of the cartoon was. I literally just put on the tablet, said, oh, you haven't watched this one, clicked it, and the screen was mostly dark, and it had like a little dolphin on it. It was more of an ocean-themed cartoon, and he did not like it one bit. So it is, you can see him taking his little head and lowering it back into his... I don't think it was Nemo. I don't think it was one I've heard of before. It had like a scary octopus or something on it. But he put his head back in his shell, and then we turned the movie off. I was just recording him showing Ted likes to watch cartoons, and he was supposed to just be watching it, paying attention to it. But instead, he put his head back in his shell, and as soon as he finished doing that, I was like, oh, okay, this one's a little too scary. So we turned it to a different cartoon. I don't know what it was called. It's not one that I'm familiar with. Like I said, I just saw a cartoon, turned it on. I don't even think it was a Disney movie. I think it was just a movie that happened to come up whenever I turned it on. But I can't remember. Actually, I don't even know if I looked at the name of the cartoon. But it definitely had a cute little dolphin. And then he went over to some kind of scary octopus thing. I have no idea. And that's as far as we got. Honestly, we didn't get much further than that. We turned it off pretty quick. And I remember when we did the movie, the music on the movie was scary as well. Like you could just tell it was a deep kind of drum tone to it or something. It was not a upbeat song or anything. So that kind of scared him as well. But this is what he does most of the day. He loves to walk around. A lot of his grass and stuff is kind of dying down because it is getting closer to fall, and it's just so dry. We haven't had a rain in so long, so I did water his enclosure a little bit. You can't really tell even because it just dries up so fast. But around his pool there is the most green he's got, and that's because when I dump his water out, I'm watering all of that. Yeah, winter is coming, although it's 88 degrees here. I mean, winter. This doesn't feel like winter, but it is on its way. We're having a little bit cooler day today than we did yesterday. but the leaves are falling little at a time. Hi, Julie. How are you? We are just hanging out with Ted here. He is our African sulcata tortoise. We don't know how old he is. I know, I am not ready for winter. We do not know how old he is, but we think he's somewhere between 8 and 12 years old. And that is just 100% a guess. We adopted him last year, so we've only had Ted for a little over a year. But he has made himself right at home. What are you doing? Hi, baby. He comes by me just for lovin's. He has to get his little loves. And then he goes behind me, and I can't keep track of him. So then we go this way. Would you quit eating all the leaves? You're not supposed to have too many of those. He says there's a whole tree above my head of leaves. How am I not supposed to eat them? He likes them. And then away he goes. He's really not walking as fast as he normally does. He's moving a little slower today. But it is warm. I think when he's hot, he does move a little slower. And when he's really cold, he moves slower too. Oh, you can't? Yeah, I didn't know if you could or not. Yeah, they both are very different. I don't know. I think you can still have moderators and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to do that either, though. I'm looking to see. I don't know. I have to figure it out. I'm still learning. I am still learning everything. Is it the first time live with someone? What is the dog doing? Well, the big old dog here with the shell on him is just walking around. He loves to walk. He is having a good time just walking around. He's already had his snack for the day. And now he is just walking, having a good time. These guys walk a lot in the wild, and they walk a lot here in captivity as well. Fastest turtle you've ever seen. And this is kind of slow for him, honestly. He can go faster. We do have a video of him walking down the road with me. And because we take him on walks. Now, usually our walks take about 2 hours, so because he just has to keep going. He gets close to home and he says nope, and then it's a fight to turn him back around because he'll do a U-turn and head the other direction. He's like, I'm not ready to go home yet. So we do usually spend about 2 hours with him on a decent warm day. Today's just hot. It's 88. I don't think he would like one today just because it would be probably too hot. But he does move a lot. We dug this part out for him so he can have a hill to walk up and walk down. I wanted to get his muscles built up nice and strong because his enclosure is mostly a flat area. So we did dig that area there up just a little bit. I can walk him on the street and on the sidewalk. We don't have a lot of traffic right where we live, so we can walk him on the street. We really honestly don't have anybody go by where we're at. Not very often. And we usually have a whole crew of kids with us. Most of the time we have 6 kids walking with us. We have 2 of my children, and then we have some neighborhood kids that come with us, and they all go for a walk with Ted. So he's usually has his whole entourage walking with him. Oh, you don't have them in Europe. There are some. Let's see. I do have a friend. I don't know where she's at though. Darn it. I don't know what part of the country where she's at. She does have an African sulcata. I don't know if they're just not as common there in Europe or not, but this guy here, he's an African sulcata or African spur-thigh tortoise. His species is the third largest tortoise species in the world. So you have your Galapagos, your Aldabra, and then you have this guy here. He does like that corner back there, I know. I had to put extra wood up because he was trying to get out of there, because he can see over it really well. But yeah, Ted here, he is a pretty fun tortoise to have. He is going to get a lot bigger. He's only 43 pounds right now, and he's going to get anywhere between, I would say, 120 and 200 pounds. So he's going to get very large. And these guys here, there are a lot of them in the United States, and most of them are in either reptile sanctuaries or in reptile rescues, because people do adopt them or they purchase them and then they don't realize how large they're actually going to get, and they figure out they don't actually have the room for them or the time to care for them. Ted here does take quite a bit of my time just to make sure he's happy and healthy. Yeah, he does have a personality. He's so fun. Why some turtles head bump things. Oh yeah, I saw a video where turtle head bumped everything white and black, or black. I don't remember. Yeah. Black, the black color, sometimes I'm not sure what he actually sees, or what a tortoise and turtle actually see when they see the color black, but something about it really does make them a little grouchy. Ted here will also he'll try to ram my phone. Right now my phone is just black. It doesn't have a case on it. And last time I showed him the phone, he tried to ram it as well. So something about that black color. These guys can see more colors than the human eye can. So we see black, but I don't know what he sees. He could see a completely different color that we don't even know, which is kind of cool, kind of interesting. So, you kicking your ball? He loves to kick his balls around. They're everywhere. But you're right, there are several, you'll find a lot of different videos out there of them ramming into different objects, ramming into furniture. I mean, it can be anything. Some of them don't like it if you have on black shoes. Definitely. And mostly it's the male tortoises that do that. The females don't actually have such a huge, I mean, they do have territories, but the males are a little more territorial than the females. So they can get a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more aggravated at that color. Yeah, that might be it. Of course, it filtered your message there. Now, my box turtle, Boxy, he has a pond. It's a little pond, and he can see his reflection in the pond. It's kind of like a plastic, it's just a plastic pond that you can sit down in the ground, and for whatever reason he can see his it's like a reflection he sees in it, and he tries to attack that reflection all the time. And that's kind of funny. And the pond is also it's black as well, so I don't know if the water makes it more reflective shining on it, and then he can see his reflection. But he's adorable when he's attacking his own reflection in it. But for the most part, what you see is what he does. He's just walking around having a good time. When turtles sleep, does he put himself? Okay, so Ted here, he cannot completely close themselves up. So like a box turtle, they can completely go in their shell, close themselves up. Ted here, what you see is what you get. So his shell does not move. So whenever he sleeps, he usually sleeps with his arms completely out of his shell. He can sit down and his back legs can go up inside his shell. But a lot of times he lays with his back legs sticking straight out because he's comfortable. And then his head, he usually just kind of turns it to the side and lets it just kind of hang out there too. He does use his little legs, like his, I guess it would be like his shoulder, I guess you could call it, or the elbow of his front leg. He does use that as a pillow sometimes, and then he does have he's got a Golier scoot, which is right underneath his head. It's the almost pitchfork looking bone sticking out there. He can lay his head on that and use it as a pillow as well. But he's not actually able to completely close up inside of his shell. He can put his entire head in there if he wanted to, but he has to release the air in his lungs. So to do that, you'll hear a hissing sound, and then that's how he puts his head inside of his shell. When he spreads eagle, that means he's safe. Yeah, that means he feels safe. Yep. When he's completely laid out and no care in the world, he feels safe. He does not bite. No, he does not bite. Greetings from San Jose, California. Well, hello. Welcome. We are just hanging out with Ted, our African sulcata tortoise. He is just making his rounds, walking. What's up, Turdy? He's just chilling. He's having a good day. He does a lot of walking every day. Up and down the hill here. Turning around, going back. He loves that ball right there. That's been his girlfriend lately. He really likes to interact with that one. Back up the other side. You can tell he does have to use quite a bit of muscle to get himself back up there. It's not so easy. We do not plan on breeding Ted. We do not plan on getting another tortoise like him at all. We get that question a lot if we're going to get him a friend or get him a girlfriend, but we do not need to. Yeah, he would make the rabbit lose. Absolutely. He's fast. I'm just watching Turtle doing laps around a backyard. I know. You wouldn't believe, we go live. We have a whole nother account somewhere. I don't know if they like you to say where or not, but we get over 1,000 people in there at a time. Sometimes, and they watch him. And he's just kind of fun. It's different. Not everybody can have a turtle, not everybody has one in their backyard, just walking around, enjoying the day. Oh my gosh, the cheetah. Oh shoot. They're like the fastest land animals. So, I don't know. I'm going to say Ted would lose to the cheetah. I don't think he's got much of a chance. I don't think so. Now the rabbit, I think the rabbit could get distracted and Ted could win, but not probably against the cheetah. No, I don't think so. He can do it. Oh man, I've seen him walk the fastest he's walked, and I can still outwalk him. So I don't think so. I mean, I do have confidence in him, but not for that cheetah. We actually do not know how old he is. We adopted him last year, and we think maybe somewhere between 8 and 12 years old, but we really don't know for sure. He weighs 43 pounds, though. Yeah, Chrissy was liking that, doesn't he? The dugout part there. Yeah, I'm gonna think positive. Ted could win any race. I know he can. Oops. Oh no. What did I do? I'm hitting buttons with that I don't mean to. There we go. Is he still on fruits? Ted here, we don't feed fruits to. I subbed up and hit the like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're trying to gain subscribers, and we're new to YouTube mostly. We do a lot of lives somewhere else, but yeah, Ted here. He is not actually a fruit eating tortoise. He just kicked that ball over there. I don't know if you can see him very well. He is more of a grass and weed eating tortoise. And we just don't, he wouldn't find fruits in the wild, so we do not feed him any. We kind of try to stick with what he would find. He actually cannot metabolize the sugars in fruit very well, so we don't actually give him a lot of fruit. We do have a box turtle named Boxy, and we do feed Boxy fruit. Boxy can have fruits and tomatoes. He can have a lot of different fruits and vegetables. And Ted here, we try to stick more to a more strict diet for him. He cannot have any protein of any kind. Protein is not good for him. And the reason why we want to be careful what we do feed him is because that is what affects his shell. So if we feed him items that are not good for him, then his shell will start to grow those pyramids, and they look more like a pyramid coming up on each scoot in his shell. So we definitely try to keep him with exactly what he needs, so his shell will be nice and beautiful all the time. And of course, I've got these grasses back here, and I didn't think about it whenever we go live, how those are going to kind of take over back there. And I'll probably have to dig those up a little bit, because you won't be able to see him eventually. They'll be growing out. No, we've never sat on his back or on his shell, because he can actually feel everything that you do to his shell. So if I were to put pressure on his shell, or scratch it, tap it, pet it, he can feel everything I do. And you don't want to put any excessive pressure on his shell, because that's where his spine is. His spine is actually fused to the bottom part of that top shell. So you have to be super careful, because that right there is actually his bones. His shell actually would be equivalent to what our bones are, but he wears his bones on the outside. So definitely no sitting on, nothing like that. Ted here is very strong. Uh-oh, you're about to fall over. Good gracious. Good save, buddy. Good save. See, we don't want him to ever fall over on his back or anything. He may not be able to get himself back over, and then that could actually lead to his death, because they cannot breathe very well when they're on their back. It actually, he cannot push his lungs out and get enough oxygen when he's on his back. Oh no. He loves that ball. You're like stuck on the back of it. There you go. He likes that ball a lot. We call that one his girlfriend. I know, he got his girlfriend. Oh yes, he loves to kick all the balls around. None of the balls are in the same place. Every day they get moved around. Most of them over here in this little pit, though, they stay. I haven't really fixed them back where they go. But he does have a little ball pit behind me where the little balls go. And he does get in there and kick them around every day. And he kicks all these others around all the time. He's always playing. Sometimes my son can get him to play soccer with him. he can kick the ball, and then Ted will go after it and kick the ball. So they are very smart. You can teach them. You can teach them a few tricks. What's he doing? You made a mess and a half with your pellets there. He keeps walking over the hose, so I haven't sprayed him again. If he wants me to spray him again with the hose, usually he stops and looks at it. I always say you can read their body language. If you pay attention, and close enough attention, you can actually tell what they're asking or what they're wanting. Even though they don't speak, they can show you. He's loving on that ball. He thinks that's fun. Ah, mosquito. Mosquito on the arm. Try to keep it PG, Ted. Come on now. Oh, good gracious. He's got it stuck under him again. Can you walk off of it? He's eating grass, and he has the ball stuck under him with a leg up in the air. Dad. He's not too worried about it. You are silly. Silly, silly. He really doesn't have much grass left. I do see that it's growing a little bit since I've been watering it. I might water it again here in a little bit. See if it grows some more. He keeps his enclosure nice and mowed down for me. I've never had to mow this area since we've gotten him. He keeps it nice and trimmed close to the ground. He knows not to pull the entire plant out, so he doesn't eat the entire weed or grass. He knows to just bite off the top. That way that plant can continue to grow, and he'll have more food for another day. And that's why we call it his girlfriend. He really does want to mate that ball there. Are you going to behave? Like, you're going to... Good gracious. I don't know what he's doing today with it. He just wants to walk on top of it. Uh-oh, you almost got it out of there. Look at you go, trying to kick it. Oh, do you need help? He gave up. Do you want me to kick it out of there? Goodness, he almost had it. You were doing so good. There you go, baby. He doesn't really like his pool. He's hardly ever going in it. Yeah, I got it out for you. He's like, I'm going to walk around this way. He really doesn't know what he wants to do now. He's all over the place. Weaving in and out. But that's one thing that we want him to do. We want him to stay active. We want him to keep his little brain moving, thinking of things to play with, thinking of things to do. It's fun. We like to buy different shapes, colors. We like to see what he likes the most. And for some reason, right now, he is fixated on this ball that I've had. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many years. My daughter got this ball a few years back, and it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be pink, although it kind of looks red. And then it has Disney princesses on it. So, and he's loving it. He's liking to just walk over it and get stuck on it for a minute. It must feel good. It might be, I don't know. I'm rubbing his bottom shell or something. I don't know what he likes about it, but he likes it. Now he's got a snack on his grass. He does like the way the grass feels on his shell. It kind of tickles. He can feel everything that touches his shell. So whenever he's walking underneath that grass there, he likes the way that feels. What are you doing? He looks like he's got a big smile on his face. He's a happy boy. What are you doing, Ted? He kind of throws himself down on that hill there. Good gracious. He does have a duck decoy in here too. He doesn't really do much with that though. Careful. You're walking down the steepest part of it. But he does enjoy. He enjoys walking around, having fun. Going for walks all over the town. Likes hanging out with the kids in the house. He's been staying in the house until about 10 o'clock every day now. And then even then, sometimes I have to talk him into coming outside. He'll walk to the back door, and if I open it up, and if it's too hot outside, he'll just turn around and come right back inside. You think he has a different vibe about him today? Oh, yeah, he seems happy. He's doing his thing. He's just chilling. Well, I haven't been out here with him all day. I don't know if that makes a difference. A lot of times I bring him out and then I hang out with him in the morning and make sure he's settled in. And I haven't been back out here since I brought him out. And so I don't know if that makes a difference. He's happy I'm out here with him again. I don't know. What are you doing? Nope, walk on it. Yeah, I think he loves me. He's sweet. I think he cares. He has some kind of feeling. Whatever turtle feelings he's got. He knows that we take care of him. Hello. Hello, oldie goodie. How are you? We're just hanging out with Ted. He is super sweet. He's just walking around today. He's already had a snack, and usually after snack time, he just walks his however many miles he's gonna walk. He really wants to see in that corner. I had to put an extra piece of wood up there to keep him from seeing over it, because they have that saying, if they can see through it, they're gonna go through it. And he has gotten tall enough over there where that corner's at to where he can see over that piece of wood. Here he comes. Let's see if we are you gonna come? Nope, you're going back to your ball. No, can you come this way so we can say hi? No, a little bit. I want one, but it wouldn't make it through these harsh winters here in Pennsylvania. Oh, you could make it work. I'm in Illinois, so I think you can make it work. I did not get him as a baby. No, I only adopted him a year ago. So we've only had him for 1 year. Ted here's got a lot of places he can run around. This is just his enclosure for doing our lives and whenever I can't be out here with him. He is patrolling his territory right now. And Pennsylvania, I don't really know how cold it gets there, of course. I am in Central Illinois. Of course, we have all 4 seasons. We are, well, last winter and this winter, Ted is going to be in the house. And then we will be getting him a shed. And we will be getting him one big enough that we can do lives in, he can walk around in, and that kind of thing. So we are working on that as well. Yeah, it's gonna be below, it's below zero here. Yeah, it gets below zero here quite often. I mean, for many days it can. Yes, we've had wind chills and stuff that are way below zero. His favorite food, I'm gonna say that his favorite snack would be hibiscus flowers. He absolutely loves hibiscus flowers. He would eat the whole plant, actually, if he had a chance. He would eat all of it. Good gracious. Are you stepping on the duck? Well, I guess I could build an indoor warm house for him. Now, if you want a tortoise. Now, if you don't want one that's going to get as big as Ted, because Ted here is still a baby. He has got a lot of room to go still. A lot of growth to go. So if you don't want a tortoise that's going to get super big like Ted, you can always look into getting a smaller tortoise that can live in your home all year round. I mean, there are lots and lots of them that are perfect size for that. You can get a Russian tortoise, Herman's tortoise, the Egyptian tortoise, the marginated tortoise. There's quite a few tortoises. I'm gonna have to move out of the sun so my phone doesn't heat up. There are quite a few tortoises that you can actually get that would work really well in your home all year round. Okay, we're gonna move over here a little bit. Yeah, you can, if you don't want a water turtle, the painted turtles are a water turtle, right? Is that right? But you can get a box turtle if you like. They stay small. They are semi-aquatic, so you do have to have like a little area for them to soak, get in the water every day. Of course, you can always do a slider turtle, red ear slider, orange, or is there a yellow belly slider? There's a whole bunch of types there that you can get if you wanted to have a water turtle. But with Ted here, he doesn't have to be in the water very often. He really doesn't like water. I do have to have a little bit of humidity for him, though, to make sure his shell grows correctly. But he doesn't like to soak or, bathe or anything like that. He also doesn't have a reverse button. He just turns. Even if he has to tuck his head in a shell and try to get by a fence there, he just tries to turn into it. And build a warm indoor house for him. Yeah, for the winter time. Yeah. And let's see. And then you had the painted turtle when you were younger. Yeah, they're kind of fun. Ted here, when he's in our home, he can free roam the home, so he gets to free run the house. And we have him, actually he did it to himself, like he learned himself, mostly. He's about 75% piddle pad trained. He still has accidents, of course, but he has learned to go potty on piddle pads just like a dog. So if he was released in the ocean, could he swim? Like, does he know how to swim? No, he would sink pretty fast. Now, he might float for a minute or two, but then he would sink down like a rock. He is super heavy. He's 43 pounds. And he's not like made to really float. He's solid like a rock. So he would not do well in an ocean. He wouldn't do well in a pond, a lake, none of that. He's a tortoise, so he's actually made for land. That's the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. So tortoise is a land turtle, and a turtle is more aquatic. So either fully aquatic or partially aquatic. They like to be in water. So that is the biggest difference in those. That's okay, because other people might not know that, or they might have had the same question. Totally fine. There's a bug. There's a bug swarming my face. But yeah, Ted here, he's definitely not one for the water. He doesn't even like to get in his pool. They do have a pretty good depth perception, though, so if they think that something is deep, they'll stay away from it anyway, because they know they're not going to do well. Was that a loud truck? Did you hear that? Hey, buddy. Can you come say hi? He does like to walk. This is all day. Hi, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, we walk a lot, and I kid you not, he walks all day long out here, and then sometimes he comes in the house and he wants to walk go for a walk. And I'm telling you, that takes like 2 hours to really get him walked and get back home. So he just loves to walk. Could you imagine how many steps you would have if you... I know! That's what I have so many people tell me I need a step counter for him. And I do. I need to think of a way to do that. And I need to see if it counts... Would it count 4 steps? How would it count it? I don't know how it would work, but I do need to get one. Something I can stick to him somehow without it bothering him. But yeah, he would definitely rack up the steps, that's for sure. I've also had people suggest doing a GoPro on him as well. Because he does walk a lot, and it'd be fun to see what he sees as he's walking. Aw, thank you. I think he's happy. He definitely gets a lot of attention. So both of my kids are in school during the day, and then when they're in school, I spend a lot of time with the animals. So that's what we're doing. We get to spend time with Ted before the kiddos come home. We're only going to be on here for about maybe 10 more minutes or so. And then we'll head out of here. You got 5 kiddos? Oh, wow. Yeah, you're busy. 4 girls and 1 boy. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're definitely busy. We have 1 of each. So I was like, I'm done with that. One of each is good enough for works for me. No more than that. Yeah, I give credit to anyone that can do more than, have more than 2 kids. Absolutely. It's a lot of work. Oh, he's going to eat the tree. I'm like, what is he doing? He's eating the grass there. He can eat any of the plants that are in here. They are all tortoise approved. They're all some type of grass. Oh, yeah, the kids love him. Oh, yeah, he loves the kids. So in the wintertime, especially weekends, because his schedule changes in the winter. He sleeps more. He's usually awake after the kids leave for school, and he's usually back to bed before the kids get home. So his schedule is all different in the wintertime. But the kids and him are always together on the weekends. he's always walking over to one of their doors and scratching on it, wanting in to see what they're doing. Or the kids will be in the living room and Ted will go in there and just watch them. So they do a lot together. Right now, they go for walks together. So both of my kiddos, and then we have about 4 neighborhood kids that all go for walks when we take Ted. So it's kind of like Ted has his own little pack, and they all just kind of walk around. And of course the kids are faster than Ted here, so they usually are laughing and playing, doing their thing, and me and Ted are usually behind them. We're trying to keep up, but he loves it. He loves following them around. He's kind of a big thing, a big deal around here. And just that he loves to walk. I mean, it's fun. Although I am thinking about getting him a wagon with sides, because he can be a little ornery and not want to come home. So sometimes it is a little bit of a chore to get him home. I keep telling everyone that the bigger he gets, because right now I can still move him, I can still pick him up, but the bigger he gets, I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to turn him as easily or pick him up and get him in the right direction. So definitely next time, as he's growing bigger anyway, we're going to have like a snack bag of his favorite treats. Oh, all right. Well, have a good afternoon. Yeah, we will. I don't really have a schedule on our lives yet, because I kind of doing here and then our other platform we're on as well. So I haven't really decided a true schedule yet, but definitely make sure I think there's a bell or something you can click on or something to let you get notifications on when we go live. So be sure to do that, and thanks for hanging out with us. We're about to jump off here too. I've got to go finish a few things in the house before the kiddos get home. And Ted might be ready to go in the house as well. I'm not really sure. He gets pretty hot out here. And sometimes he does like to just go inside, lay down on the cool floor and relax. We can find him a movie or something. He can watch TV. He is pretty smart. The next video I think we're doing, I will be reading him a book. We have a friend out of Chicago that just wrote a book, and we're gonna kind of do a little promotion of his book and I was gonna have my daughter read it, but she just broke her hand, so I'm not sure, well, a finger, but her hand's completely wrapped in a cast, so I'm not sure if she's gonna be able to hold the book and read it or not. But we're thinking about reading that to him as he's getting ready for bed. So that's just a new idea we got going on. Hey, baby. You're slowing down a little bit. Oh, walking on the stepping stones. Eating your grass. It's fun stuff, isn't it, bud? And Ted here is just walking his territory. He says, I'm just snacking and walking, having a good day. He's definitely trying to get pieces of leaf off that plant there. He thinks that's good. That is a tall zebra plant. I can't remember what the full name was, but I do like it. Although I planted 2 of them right next to each other, and they're gonna take over pretty good right there. So I might be digging one of those up and putting them in with Boxy, our box turtle. He's snacking, I think. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get off. I do have to go do a few more things before the kids get home. And Ted here, I might be bringing him in a little bit. I'll check with him and see if he wants to go in or not. He might follow me to the gate. That's one thing that he knows how to get out of here. That's one way that I know he isn't actually trying to get out when he walks his perimeter, because he knows where the gate's at. He knows exactly how to come in and out of here. So when he's doing his walk-in, he is actually walking just to guard his territory. But we're going to jump off. I'm not sure the next time we're going live. It might not be, it might be Wednesday. I'm thinking about Wednesday. No, probably not Wednesday. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to post whenever we're going to go live again, because he is fun to watch, even though he does about the same thing every day. He loves his walking. But thank you all for joining us today. Can you say goodbye? Say bye-bye. All right, Chris, I'll talk to you later. And we'll talk to you later too, Ted. You're going to walk behind me. Thanks, everyone.